Today is our first day of having to bike up some big ass mountains.
Yeah, and I'm sick.
And Adam's dying. Well, no, he's not dying, not yet.
Oh, and then we got into those fucking mountains. Those were some mountains, dude. You know what I mean? Capital M.
Now that I had figured out how I was gonna make this movie series, it was time to tackle the next challenge, crossing the Alps into Italy. And of course, it wasn't gonna be easy.
So in total, we're gonna go up 2 miles and then down 1.5 miles. So in total, we're only changing half a mile, but we're biking 2 miles uphill.
The first mountain started off pretty easily. It was really trippy actually because this looks like a downhill, right? Wrong, this is flat. As soon as we turn the corner, it's gonna look like it's uphill again. And the same road, that whole road was uphill the entire time, even though it looks downhill. What the fuck is going on? As the incline increased, I fell behind Adam and Henry. I was like, okay, we're probably gonna be separated for a good chunk of this mountain. Unfortunately, I got too comfortable with that, and I stopped to fly my drone, which is when I just crashed the drone into the trees behind me, like way up. Fuck. Honestly, if I hadn't just bought that drone, I probably would have just said screw it and not gotten to find it. However, this was only my second time using it, and so I started up the mountain. I was not prepared to actually climb the mountains today. The sweat and dirt on my fingers is insane. Somehow, I managed to climb up the side of the mountain through the wilderness with only my janky GPS on my drone app. It's right there. Oh, thank goodness. It looks all right. Just got a little tussle. Oh my God. Adam and Henry were like, where the hell is he? After that, there was still a lot more mountain to climb. All right, I think I can do it. We're about 5 kilometers away from the summit. Each one's going pretty fast, and it's a 1% grade, so I'm feeling good at that. .5% grade, 3 kilometers left. And little did I know, this was just the very start of my day. You see the difference in that? I just climbed up that. And I climbed up that. And now that the road was switchbacks, I had to keep doing that for what felt like an hour. My legs were on fire, but I was already an hour behind Adam and Henry, so I pushed myself to pedal harder. I am 0.1 away, miles, kilometers. And eventually, I made it. There they are! Holy fuck. From the time we had left, it had taken me 2 hours to climb the mountain. How was the climb? That was the easiest thing you've ever done in your life?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I prefer mountain travel. You put all this work into biking up the mountain, and then you get the satisfaction of the beautiful landscape view.
It felt so good to make it to the top of that first mountain. So good that as a joke, I was like, why don't we camp on top of this thing, Adam?
My dream is like them saying that.
So of course Adam took my joke seriously. But not only did he want a wild camp, he wanted to do it on a completely different mountain. Today.
745 meters.
745 meters up, and now we're gonna go all the way downhill into the valley, and then we're gonna go back up a mountain so we can camp at the top. The day is only just beginning. Even though I didn't like the idea of climbing another mountain today, coasting down to the valley made this feel like the most exciting part of the trip yet. This was exactly what I signed up for, and it felt so freeing. You know what the town's called? Die. We made it to this town called Die. It's got some nice mountains in the background. We're stocking up to prepare to camp at the top of another mountain. And Adam, being the crazy man he is, literally just points to a mountain straight ahead and he's like, let's do that one. But little did we know, that one was the worst mountain we could have chosen. I don't know if I'm gonna make it up this. This is crazy. We're just like in the first 5 minutes again. I think I'm gonna have to walk. At this point, my legs were completely shot. And just when I thought it couldn't get any harder, every turn was a steep gravel switchback. The worst road to bike up. I'm trying to walk it, but I have a cramp in my side. I don't know how far we are or how far I am. It's like a third of the way up. At this point, I was starting to doubt if I could make it. I was far away from Adam and Henry with my water running low, and things were getting serious. Stopped my pedal. I twisted my leg on it. This is it right here. I was close to calling it quits and camping by myself at the base of the mountain. But this was Adam and Henry Adventures, and we needed to make it together. I decided to make a final push to the summit. I was sweating like I had never sweat before. And now with my bloody leg, I was putting every last ounce of energy I had into making it to the top. Physically though, I was at my absolute limit. I fucking made it. Took 2.5 hours to make it to the top. Now I just gotta find Adam and Henry. Fucking hell, there he is! Hey, you made it. Are you showering?
Oh my God.
Was it worth it? I don't know.
Chin up back tomorrow's a new year.
What's interesting about climbing mountains is at a certain point, it becomes much less physical than it is mental. The human body is made to be pushed to its limits, essentially.
It always seems harder in your head. Once you start doing it, you'll get into like a flow, and then before you know it, you're just at the top of the mountain.
At a certain point, it's like, okay, don't think about anything, just keep pedaling. Crossing the Alps was the most physically challenging thing I've ever done. But even though I was exhausted, I was grateful to be out here, making this movie with my friends and enjoying this beautiful sunset. We had no idea what challenges we would face in the coming weeks. But for now, we are excited for the future of our trip and for adventures to come.
Chin up